Hi guys, I'm Gerry.
I'm JD.
And this is Investigating Comic Club, where we chronologically will read, review, discuss, and rate specific crucial stories of the medium.
Indeed, and we hope that you guys will subscribe, become members of Comic Club yourself. Share your opinions in the comments below. Stick around till after our conversation for our episodic comic quality poll, and after our Misfit Picture Show's logo for any potential bloopers the episode could provide. Today we're doing The Marauders, Issue 1 by Gerry, Duggan, Matteo Loli, and Federico Lee. Mostly unfamiliar with all of those creators. I think the only issue that I've actually read by Gerry Duggan is that Deadpool issue 20, Suicide Prevention Awareness issue. We did a special episode of that on Suicide Prevention Awareness Month or Day on September 10th. I thought it was a very good issue, and I've heard he did a pretty long run on Deadpool. I think he did a pretty long run, and his the tone of this issue seems like it would be an appropriate fit for Deadpool. What'd you think, Mr. Gerry?
The issue's called I'm on a Boat, so that's kind of fun. Right off the bat, I mean, it jumps you right into what we were already, it has Krakoa, it has the portal for you to go through, and then has Kitty later,
Kate?
Yeah, Kate can't get through,
Yeah, that's actually a great opening two-pager.
Yeah, which is great. It was one, I really saw it even as, re-looking at it, reading it, in my head, it fits perfectly as though I just watched it, not read it on paper. It is that starting episodic or starting to, where it's just oh, this is great. Everything we already know. Come on, mutants, let's go to a safe haven. Yeah. And then having her get there and just even that shot of just bloody nose and oh man. And then right away, then it shows us who's a part of Ahoy Mateys, and it shows us who's a part of this group, who we're about to find out.
Yeah, it's a pretty good, almost like a pre-credit sequence, and definitely right away, I know that there, me included, people wondering why we didn't see Kitty throughout the House of X and Powers of 10. We did see her briefly in Washington, D.C., her and Lockheed sitting there when they were planting the flowers, the Krakoan flowers. But we never saw her on the island, and she's certainly part of the family. Yeah. So her absence was noted, and this is an excellent and intriguing reason why.
Yeah. And me coming into this, I never heard of Marauders. I don't even know, honestly. That's another run I know in the past, but me, I've never heard of it. It's not something that's something that I jumped into.
It's a team. I don't know if there was ever a book called The Marauders. I don't believe so. And it makes sense that Kitty would say she chose that name because the X-Men wouldn't want to be associated. Yeah. I don't want to spoil what the Marauders are for you. Yeah. I want you to
exactly, and that's the cool thing for me. Yeah. Because I know with X-Force coming out, New Mutants, I know I have my own viewpoint of them from what I'm reading from past stuff. Right. For Marauders, I'm going into this clean, 100% clean slate,
which I kind of like.
And so,
I'm gonna let that be.
Yeah, we're just cool,
I will make one note about Kitty's, although that motivation for Kitty to, the X-Men won't want to be associated, that's why I chose that. Kitty's a really quick thinker. A quicker thinker than the majority of everyone. So I think it's one of your tasks as a writer, when you're writing someone who is smarter or a quicker thinker than you are, you have the luxury of taking that time and rewriting that character's dialogue. Just because you would maybe blurt something out and it doesn't quite make sense, Kitty's 4 steps ahead. I actually didn't like her reasoning for that. You'll discover why the Marauders is kind of an inappropriate name for her to choose, and why Storm is uncomfortable with it. Yeah. I think it's a cool name, but I don't think Kitty would choose it.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was excited to see Nightcrawler on the list. That was, just in recent readings and stuff. Honestly, the cover, I've seen the cover before, but it's something about it, even this time around seeing it, it just looks fun. It looks cool but fun. Yeah. There's parts of the the art at the beginning, after the title, that was kind of seemed like child book-esque, but later on throughout it kind of grew to being more. So like it actually added to it. Like it wasn't. I kind of could see the evolution of the style, even like.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
it's
unfamiliar with this artist, and I took note of it. I felt like I don't mean to sound condescending at all. This artist is better than I could ever do, but I do feel like I got a sense that this artist is not quite ready for prime time. There were certain moments in it, but I have a feeling as well by reading this issue that this artist's quality upswing will be by the fourth issue. This will be another like Pepe Larraz. They are choosing artists here that I am mostly unfamiliar with, but I trust in their choices after the House of X and Powers of 10. And I think like it certainly got a manga or anime influence to it. There were certain moments like, you know, when you watch anime and manga and they have like cross-eyed, they're like fans of having characters do cross-eyed stuff. There are a couple moments in this that I saw that, and I'm not a fan of that at all. It feels a little too cartoony. And the subject matter in this, although Duggan is pushing the fun and kind of the charm of it, the stakes are high. I felt like specifically the Iceman issue when or the Iceman page when he's in Russia, and the second Bishop page when he's talking to the woman whose husband has been lost. There were actual moments where if I was an editor, I would have said, you need to tighten this up. The art, it doesn't quite pass muster.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Not so good. You know, like, you can do better. And I've seen you do better already.
Yeah. No, I agree with the art, and that's why I even put it on there. I was like, felt like it was a kiddie, kind of like a kid's kind of book, you know, kid art, more kid book art.
Story.
Yeah,
I think
story, book art.
Maybe not story, but certainly dialogue.
Dialogue,
and
yes.
Characters, actions.
But I still like it better than some other issues we've reviewed. But it's one that, even with it being kid art, even that, I still liked it. Like, it was still very intriguing, and I saw the fun of it, you know. I mean, I can see how some people might not like it for it being too, like, it's bright colors, you know, and it's not bright like we've had in the past, bright colors. It's like all bright.
It's a lighter tone book, and I think Duggan, I did say that it's threatening silly and not the good type. But because I'm rooting for these books. I'm rooting for these creators. So tentatively right now, I'm going to call it charming. But it could go south. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, okay, I'll go with it. You know, a little bit of Logan and his pomade and stuff, you know,
that was the one thing where I liked that, his whole wish list and everything. But at the same time, I'm like, none of that sounded like Logan.
Right.
You know?
But
like,
Kitty is his closest, like, one of his closest friends.
And I get
so
that.
Maybe. So again, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, the benefit of the doubt.
I completely
but like,
agree.
There's moments that are like that. I mean, I liked it. I liked the Logan shopping list, and I read it all, and I saw things about him, but like, you know, and we need coffee, and we can't grow coffee, and all this stuff. I was like, I can see that, being stranded on an island and finding out someone didn't get through, and like, they're coming on a ship. I'm gonna call for, and Logan is a person who doesn't like to be uncomfortable either, you know. So it adds to it, but the writing on it was a little kidsy, you know, like
it's a little cutesy.
Yeah,
and potentially not in a good way.
Yeah,
but at the moment, giving it the benefit of the doubt, going forward, I want to be charmed by it. I want to like it. Again, I'm not familiar with Gerry Duggan's work, but it did feel like he wanted certain things in here, in this issue.
Yeah.
And instead of choosing maybe more appropriate characters to execute those things he wanted to do, he conveniently made characters more fit what he wanted instead of the characters.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
No, yeah. See what you're saying.
Because there's thousands of mutants.
Yeah.
You know, there are mutants that would absolutely do that Logan stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
But he chose that one because we want to see Logan. It's Logan.
Well, Logan is a popular.
Yeah. So
I was really enjoying when Kitty, or Kate, maybe.
Yeah.
When Kate started fighting the Russians and she was using her phasing powers in certain ways that were harsher, like she phased that gun into their legs, which was an awesome move.
It was awesome, yeah. I loved how the little Easter eggs, for even if this was your first issue, you might not know, with the whole pyro and
being resurrected.
Yeah, being the original, and for him to call it out and be like, you're the original. You just kind of are giving just enough for him to be like, I was a test subject, and I was honestly just trying to get out of here, steal this shit, kind of thing. Just enough where it doesn't go down this whole list of everything, because I like to, I read it again as someone who's, say you picked up Marauders for the first, you haven't read anything. You're like, oh,
yeah, it's certainly not a dense read at all. You would certainly be able to go with it very easily.
And then even all the way to her saying that, and then telling just remember, kill no man. And just, to us, we know what that means. Yeah. To someone reading this for the first time, it's like, they don't know the rules.
That it's
the 3 of the laws.
But I liked, actually, the Lockheed Pyro
that
duo. I think that's pretty good. I love the camaraderie between Kate and Storm. They have a long history. There's big history between Storm and the White Queen. So I like that they get that consistency. That she says,
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Anything to do with her. But for you, Kate, I'll do whatever you need. I like the mission statement that Kate gives for the Marauders at the end. The idea of not only are the Marauders going to be doing the kind of black market stuff that we felt like was coming. They're also going to be a liberation group, kind of.
Yeah, I love that.
Which is cool.
And I love how they added that into it, too, with, again, me bringing the whole culture of it and having someone videotaping with their phone and then saying, keep that rolling. And it even makes it like, even the shot, it looks like it's being recorded.
She's a great character. And you get her character in this. Felt a bit like Warren Ellis Light with her drinking and stuff like that. It was a little like trying a little too hard.
Yeah, the drinking part,
But think about it from her perspective. She's just been on the sea. Everyone she loves can get into this mutant promised land, and the girl that phases can't. What's wrong with me? Like that's going to cause some insecurity.
Yeah, she says it in her the message in the bottle and everything.
Yeah, I get it. Hit the bottle. Like that's bizarre. Everyone you love is partying.
Yeah, reading this made me wish her character had more in the movies. Like,
oh, cool.
She had parts. I mean, she had the moments where she was the reason Logan could go back, and But I'm saying like,
you like her character.
Yeah,
you want more.
Yeah. You want more from her.
Many people would agree. She's certainly a fan favorite, and it's fitting that she's kind of got her own team. I hope that she and the White Queen don't outshine Storm, because I do think I think she's the best leader of the X-Men. She's better than Charles. She's better than Cyclops. I love that she's there in support of Kate, because she's very maternal to her. But if push comes to shove and chaos ensues, Storm will immediately, she should take charge, and I hope that happens.
And then for it to end with Sinister news, which is cool.
Yeah, I thought that
Red Diamond.
Yeah, and I think the numbers continue from before, which made me think that's a very clever way for Marvel and the X-Men titles to, without connecting all the titles, like making you read all these in order.
Yeah.
If next week's whatever has the Red Diamond number 16, 17, 18, 19. And that
something
actually
or every other one or something
goes in order.
Yeah,
that's a clever way to unify it.
She said yes to both propositions, so I'm guessing that has to do with the trade stuff and then probably the seat of the table.
Correct.
Is that what we're thinking?
That's what I am thinking, which is interesting because that seat, maybe it won't be filled because she can't get in there at the moment.
Yeah, that might be. She might be the only one. They might all Something happened to them. Yeah.
Nice. Again, I think the manga or anime influence with this artist, panel to panel, especially in the action sequences, he really, or she would shine. I actually honestly don't know if it's a man or a woman, the artist. Mateo Loli?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a man or a woman. But either way, particularly in the action sequences, they shine. Yeah, what would you give this one? The first non-Hickman X-Men book of the Dawn of X.
First non-Hickman, as somebody who has no idea what they're reading, I give it an A.
Cool, man.
Yeah, I do.
That's awesome.
I'm very excited. Like,
cool.
It kept me intrigued. I was excited to see where these characters go. Characters I know, characters I don't know, and then her point of view. There were things, like I said, like
Is this your first kind of experience with Kitty?
100%. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the sequence where the guy's like, "Oh, she's a hologram."
Oh, yeah.
And she just smacks him in the neck, and that image of her walking.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mess with me. She's an excellent character.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I think Duggan did a really good job with her.
Yeah, I even said Kitty says it doesn't have to be like this. And I said, she looks awesome. Like, from that moment, that just...
No, it's really, really cool. I was a little underwhelmed by the issue in full. Felt like every Powers of 10 and House of X issue was extremely special. Like, I felt like I was reading something that was groundbreaking. And X-Men #1, where it didn't feel groundbreaking, it was a refreshing relief to spend a lot of time with the characters. Like, I enjoyed that aspect of it. I think others were a little disappointed with that, but I was really grateful for that. This issue felt, I've read a lot of Marvel comics. It felt like a fairly standard Marvel comic, which is, it's an amazing universe, amazing characters. I love spending time in the Marvel universe. It's one of the best fantasy places for me to escape to. That being said, with the art, like I said, not quite ready for prime time, and with the writing feeling slightly a little too gleeful for its own good, I think the comic will improve. I'm totally on board for giving it a couple more issues, but I am just gonna give it a C.
You gave it a C? Yeah. Here's what I say to that, though. Not saying like not a C or B or whatever, but for putting it on the level of House and Powers, I've been trying to think the whole time. Are you talking about an analogy that would fit? And I don't think there is one that does it justice. But you have House and Powers, like we said, is the Bible of this world. One of our subscribers, JC, mentions about how it's like this is becoming Hickman's world. Hickman's Marvel in a whole, you know? So that's why with the whole like, Pyro, oh man, you're the original, scattered in because of House and Powers. But if you're just reading it, it does read as just a Marvel comic, you know? But with the overlay of House and Powers of like, if you didn't read that or know about that, it's not going to hurt you or not going to. There's so many things you're not going to know, but it's that world of it, you know? It's a good expansion as far as so far, I think X-Men issue 1 was what we gave it was like B's, and it was good and what we liked for it. For this one, it gave me even more an understanding of what to look forward to from here on out. We're not going to get House and Powers again. We're not. And I think the sooner we as a whole realize that, the better we're going to enjoy these comics.
One thing I would counter, and I love that's how you're feeling, and I don't, you're not wrong, because I disagree with you. But I would counter by saying, I've read hundreds or thousands of stories with these characters. This is your first introduction to Kitty. You're kind of like, wow, this is really cool. This is really cool. I'm really enjoying this world. I don't think a mediocre, if Marvel is relaunching the X-Men line, and they did the Bible, and they've got X-Men 1, and now they're, right afterwards, they're doing 6 new titles. Mediocre.
It's crazy.
Passable. Good isn't good enough for me. Like, come on guys, you gotta, keep going. Make it excellent. Make everyone excellent. I would say the MCU, the thing about them, that they've had such success in 10 years is that you get the Winter Soldier, which is a spy movie. Then you get this like heist movie. Then you get this, all of these different genres within it, but you're still swinging for the fences and you're making each one count. So if each book, it needs to have its own identity.
Yeah.
But it should absolutely still really ring true.
Yeah.
There were a couple pages in there with Kate and with Storm that I really thoroughly enjoyed. But I'm most excited about this issue because after talking to you about it, your enjoyment of it, and you being introduced to Kitty and these characters and the dynamic. And I'm looking forward to how you react to how these characters react together. Because it is so rich. There's such a beautiful, amazing characters and world. So cool.
So good, yeah. Again, overall, I gave it an A. JD gave it a C. Let's see what you guys give it in the comic quality poll, A, B, C, D, or F. And then comment below and let's conversate. Keep it going. Let's talk about it. See what your guys' viewpoints are and how you guys are liking the series so far.
Yeah. So next week we have Excalibur #1 to look forward to. Hope you'll join us.
To be continued.